everyone's doing good. Thanks for coming out. What's up, Ken? How you doing, brother?
I'm a little under weather today, feeling like crap. I don't know if it's the flu or what. Woke up this morning with a head full. Yeah, we're dealing with it. We're trying to get back on track. But couldn't leave my buddy over here
Nice.
on his birthday show coming up alone.
Hell
Happy
yeah.
birthday, my buddy. I
Appreciate it, Ken. Thanks, brother. Yeah, we're both twins for the day.
Twinkies.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on. Well, shit, you were one of the originals. You and John, first ones that came on. You got more a little better attendance than John, but
hey! I had a couple weeks there where I was MIA, so I mean,
yeah,
and no sweat off of John there.
Yeah, he's probably. I don't know. He might be working on his building that he's got going.
They're good people.
New shop.
That whole family, they're good people.
Yeah, shout out to the Forge fam, John, James, Jason. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So that sucks, man. You're feeling under the weather today.
A little bit, I mean, just woke up this morning with a head full, and like I said, my rat breeder called me and said he was down the shat, so I went down and got some hatchling food because I like to feed them every week until they get at least up to 500 grams. And so I went down and got some feeders for them. And I came back. I was sitting there feeding them, and it just hit me. It just like punched me in the gut. So I lay down, took some medicine, took a nap. And then you got a hold of me, and I was like, man, I really just ain't feeling that good. But then I seen it with your birthday and shit, so I picked my ass up off the ground, and I'm here.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. I might cough, I might sneeze, I might get a lump in my throat, but I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I was like, shit, I was going to try to hit the comments, but that thing's not there.
Well, I can't flash them up, but you and I was in here first, followed by Brave Adventure. What's up, dude? Brave Adventure. Good dude there. Go give him a follow. Then who the fuck is Greg is in here? What's up, Greg from Riven Reptiles? How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Brave? What's up, Greg?
James B. What's good, dude? We got part of the Forge fam with Jamie. Jamie's here. Appreciate you. And that's all we got for now. But someone else comes in, I'll let you know. Vance is having technical difficulties today. He can't see the chat. He's not on his A game, so I got his back. Vinny, Bone Daddy, what's up, dude?
What up, Vinny? Here. I wonder if you got control now.
I can't tell. No, because you have to send me an email. You have to go into your account and go to settings, and I forget how to do it. Every time someone asks me, I can't explain it. But if I go to my computer and try to do it, I walk right through it. But you have to basically send me an email confirming it, and then I have to reply to the email.
Let's see here.
I'm on my computer, so I could see. Oh, there, you got them now.
I just had to turn my phone because, like I said, when I got it sideways, it's not. I have no way of doing it for some reason. All of a sudden,
yeah, I told you he wasn't on his A game today.
No. What's up, Brave?
It's his birthday. Give him a break.
Yeah, it's on Tuesday, but we're celebrating it. I figured I'd celebrate it with you guys today. Excited for any of the new Marvel movies that come out this year, like Captain America or the Thunderbolts. Yeah, of course, Brave.
That Captain America movie looks pretty cool with the Red Hulk. I mean, our generation, we grew up with the comic books. So if they're trying to follow the comic books, we're expecting certain things. And the Red Hulk is one of the episode or comics that I just had to or just happened to have the first appearance of Red Hulk. So I'm pretty stoked for the Red Hawk to come out. See what goes on.
There's
What one
Jamie.
was it? The I think it's the Black Hulk in the comics was like the 10 times stronger than Hulk, badass. I can't wait till it comes out.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's on Tuesday, but I'm just figured, hey, today got the podcast going. I'd do it today with you guys. Okay. Yeah, it disappeared again once I turned it. That's weird. That never does that.
Yeah, if you want, I mean, it's no big deal. After this episode or something before next week, you could I could walk you through how to send me the thing. So when it's your turn to do the RWO show or whatever, you have a backup person that can control stuff. And it's always nice to have someone else. I mean, I totally appreciate Stan running the chat when I'm trying to ask questions and stuff. It just leaves me one less thing to do. So it's pretty nice to have like someone else has the power. Don't ever give it to Jesus. He abuses it.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it to him. He'd be the last one.
He's a good guy, but he'll abuse the power.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. Like, it'd be nice to have somebody to, just in case anything happens, if maybe you're going to miss at the last minute or something, and have somebody run it for you, or like you said, for the chat sometimes, because sometimes that chat does go crazy. It's like trying to keep
when
up.
It goes crazy. It's good to have someone.
Yeah, there was a few times I was trying to keep up and hit all the comments, and man, it would not stop. I'm like, geez, it's going crazy, which is always good. I mean, you don't really get to say much because you're just busy on those comments, just going through them. Like, man, there's so damn many.
So, I mean, shut up, Blue. Damn dog.
He had something to say.
What project are you looking to kind of upgrade and like I just upgrade and excited for? Like, what project is that for you?
I'd have to say, oh gosh, probably in my Ultramale Hypopide Clown project.
Nice. Now I know you got like what, two double or two quad hets basically.
Yeah, I've got a quad that's Ultramale triple het that's going to a triple het female, so I could hit the Hypopide Clown het Ultramales, and
Nice.
then I also got another Hypo het Ultramale het Hypo and Pied female, and then I also have an Inchy Hypo Clown or double het Hypo Clown female.
Nice.
So I've got about 3 different kind of scenarios so 3 females with 1 male. And like I said, he's Ultramale. So on some of those projects, I could hit the Ultramale or I could hit the Hypopide Clown, but they'll be het for Ultramale at least.
Nice.
So that's basically that one I would like to really get going, because I've got a lot of codoms that I've got quite a bit of genes, I'd have to say, that I've got going into some projects, but I'm working on some more too, really to step it up to that next level. And so I want to add probably like 1, maybe 2. There's actually 2 other recessives that I really want to add into my projects. But there's a lot of codoms that I'm adding right now. So that's where I'm really going to step up to that next level. And
so, I mean, I've spoke on this before, and there's not many people in the chat, so I'm going to say what the other one is. But I'm like, here in a couple months when the weather gets nice, I'm getting an Orange Dream Ultramale het clown female and a Yellow Belly clown het Ultramale male. So I upgraded, I got an upgrade female and upgraded to male. And then I added a Cypress double het Ultramale clown by the same person. And I'm getting all 3 of them in. and they're all around 500 grams right now. I might even be able to get there by the end of the season. The male will be getting here. So when he gets here, I'm going to start pairing him with things as soon as he gets the size, because it gives me better odds.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm really excited about the Ultramel Clown project. I mean,
Nice.
I have a highway in that project. I have
What's up, Jay
a
Slithers?
pastel fire OD double het already. Um, I have that black pastel bamboo Ultramel that's getting paired. And plus, I got a lot of clowns too that with codons that I could add in this stuff. I really want to work the high OD line into it and see what high OD looks like in it. What's up, Jay? How's it going, my cool mofo?
What up, Jay Slithers?
But then again, I really want to start working supers as well, because as we talked about Thursday on the RWO show, and I'm glad somebody out there is verifying and interests them. But Val from White Feather is kind of thinking, after talking to people and agreeing, that that might be the case. Breeding super to super gives you a super looking animal that works as a single gene. So you get
Right.
a better, brighter version of this single gene. And then if you super that up, it's even super. You know what I mean? So it's just like refining the line and making your line better. And I mean, I'm still building, I'm still in the building stages. I really don't even consider myself a company yet. I'm still just a hobby breeder trying to figure my way out. And I got things set up to succeed and hit some really nice animals. I mean, the Hypo Clown, the DG Hypo, and the Ultramel Clown projects all have codoms with visual het to the opposite visual het.
Yeah.
So if you put that in your morph calculator, that takes your odds to 1 and 2 eggs on the double visual.
Yeah, 50% you should be hitting visuals.
50% I should be hitting the double visuals.
Yep.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah. When do you see, like, so you're pretty, like, you're kind of, me and you're kind of doing the same stuff as far as, like, we got some really nice stuff that's going, like, nothing too crazy, but it's cool. But
it's going to get crazy, trust me.
But it's going to get better and better and better. So where do you, like, how long do you think till you produce, like, some really nice stuff?
Well, 2026, the DG Hypo and Hypo Clowns are going to be out with me anyways. And I mean, by 2027, shit's going to be looking crazy here. And I can't wait. Hopefully I got the smoke gene into DG Hypo and Ultramel Clown, because that's the first two they're going in. And then 2027, I could work it into, Ultramel Clown. And then 2027, I could work it into a Hypo Clown. So getting the smoke gene into these is going to be, something else too. I want to hit the double visual, and then of course take it to, I hope I get a double visual male to take it to the smoke and get smoke double hets. And this year she's going to be breeding, because she's around 1,100 grams now, and she's eating food like she's scarfing them up. She wants two every time I feed her. I cut back to go, instead of every week, I'm doing every other week now, but I'm feeding a bigger meal, and I'm getting a better feeding response. Like when I was doing every week, it was like hit and miss if they're going to eat. But I'm getting nice, big, chunky rats, and I'm doing it every other week, and they're just crushing it. Yeah. And I mean, I'm only feeding my males when, like, I feed them like, I don't know, maybe twice a month, once or twice a month, whether to eat, because they don't seem to eat like they want to eat as much. But when I get them in breeding mode and they're with the women, they want to pick up their appetite. So then they'll go up to every 2 weeks. But it's all when they're locking together that their feeding gets up, and it seems to be working for sure.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I agree though on your theory, what you're saying about doing the supers and getting that going, because that's one of the things I've been like, I'm trying to work on with a lot of my codoms. Anything that I can make supers with, sit there and get it. You know, I mean, even if you did a calico to calico just to maybe improve your line, maybe, you know, you could get a little better line of it. But
I'm not sure. I mean, they say you can't get a super calico, but has anyone really ever tried to put calico to calico?
I
You know,
think there's
just
been,
because they say that you can't get it, maybe the calico gene just for some reason don't oftenly come together in one egg. But
Mhm.
maybe, you know, these genes can make up any rule that they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be like, you know, you have to breed calico to calico 5 times to get a super calico. It can be something stupid like that.
Hmm.
And like they have no rules. There's no rhyme or reason that they follow.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like I'm not sold on there can't be a super calico. I'm just not sold on it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do it just to see because I can't. I mean, all you hear is, "Oh, it can't be done." I've never really seen anybody put a calico to a calico, but it's like, I mean, why not just to see if you do create something even better
Exactly.
than what you have? If that line's
Dare
going to
to be
be better,
different. Dare to go against the grain.
yeah,
Brave has a comment if you want to turn sideways and
yeah.
post it. I could read it if you want, but
John, Mission
what
Morphs,
up,
what's going
John?
on? Hope all
Mission
is
Wars.
well.
That's my guest next week. He'll be the last guest ever on the Let Me Know show because episode 100 is going to be an open panel. We're just going to discuss the show, you know, like the times we've had going through it. Now, I mean, like it got out there to a couple people that I'm quitting podcasting. No, I'm just taking a break from the Let Me Know show and I'm going to make another show. And it's going to be something different. And then that's all it is. I'm taking a break. I'm doing one show a week with the RWO. And in a month or two, maybe even 3, but by the summer, I'll be out with another show. I mean, maybe someone will jump in my time slot, and that happens. That happens, and maybe it'll be on another day. But it is what it is. I mean, basically, another reason why I'm backing off is because I'm getting ready to get in started in the classes because I'm going back to school to get my psychology degree. So I could either be a counselor, and I don't know if I'm going to expand it and get my doctorate in psychology so I could be a psychiatrist. I don't know if I'm taking it that far or not. I think I could already do better than most psychiatrists out there. I
Mhm.
mean, I know how to talk to people and I can read people well, but that's another reason I want to see what my classes are going to be like. I know it's on my time, on my schedule to some of these colleges, but I want to see what it's like before, you know, I commit to another thing. Who knows? Maybe 2 weeks afterwards, I'm like, I miss it. I'm just going to go back on with another show. There's no rhyme or reason right now. There's no plans right now, but
Right.
I'm not going away for forever. I'll be back, and that's guaranteed.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's that's
But you
good to know
guys had
too.
the comic books when you guys were growing up. When I was a little kid in the early 2000s. Oh, I had an old Philips TV that you could. Yeah, we used to be able to hook up camcorders to things, but you know now we got these little phones. I mean, could you
Hmm.
imagine if we had these when we were kids, Dance? Like
Oh, it would
especially
have
in the
been
early
wild.
'90s, all the shit that we could have recorded, the dumb shit that we did that we could have recorded. I mean,
Yep.
I'm sure you know Greg and Jay Slithers and Mission probably has stories because they're around our age. You know,
Yeah.
Brave's a little young yet, but I bet you them guys they could have some stories too of stupid shit they did that was fun at the times. But now that we look at it, we're like, yeah, that was
Man, that
pretty
was
dumb.
stupid.
That was pretty
For sure. Yeah, I used to have a buddy too, man. He'd sit there and go take in his car and go do burnouts on people's yards, do a yard job, and it's like
dumb.
one time he lost his license plate it got stuck at wherever he did the lawn job at, and his license plate came off and got stuck. I'm like, you're
Greg, I
stupid,
would be
man.
too. I would be glad that there's a statute of limitations, because if there was a way to record things and bring them out now and show people, like, I would definitely be in jail for sure. And John, like, I mean, it's permission. He said, "Well, damn, thanks. We feel privileged for that. That he's the last one. Sucks you're dropping or stopping, but congrats on working for the future." I don't look at it as it sucks. I mean, I just think it's something I need right now. Like, I got to get a couple things in order, and that's all it is. It's just I'm getting things in order, and I'll definitely be back and better than ever. I know you're all gonna miss my purty face, but it's for good reasons.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, you got to take a little break here and there and try to get stuff back in order too. I mean, like, you need time for yourself and other stuff, but to better the show and everything, it's like that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sit there to, okay, well, what else can I do in here? You know what I mean? To add some things and to make it even better. It's like you want to make that little bit of change and do the best you can.
Yeah, but I'm just getting a refresh,
Yep,
with
exactly.
everything,
And you
and
you got to have that sometimes.
it's just a timeout. It's not see y'all. It's see you later. I'll be back. It's no big deal. I
Yeah, I
don't want
think.
no one to think that, like, oh, he's going. I don't want no one to be upset about it or anything. It's something that I need for now. Just to, take that. I mean, it's not even that hard to do. Like I said, like, this is just the first thing that came to my mind. Maybe I should just back off a little bit, and just, start over. It's episode 100. It seems like a good time to stop to me. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
made it to 100 episodes. I mean,
that's a lot.
that's pretty good. That's 100 weeks,
Mm.
going with this every week. And
That was
you know
almost
what? We
two.
was on 77 last week on the RWO show.
Yeah,
So 77 weeks I've been doing 2 shows a week, plus jumping on other people's here and there.
yeah.
And I mean, it's just a time out, back up, regroup a little bit. It's like the off season. Maybe,
Mm.
I'll do this on the next show. Just have an off season, get to 100 and be like, hey, time out.
Yeah, exactly. How you got to? I mean, it's like, and there's so many shows out there too. All these different podcasts. Trying to watch each one, it's hard. Like, I used to do that. I would sit there and watch everybody's show, and even like some of the shows, I would sit there and watch for like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, sometimes even like almost the whole show. But it's like anymore, I can't do it to sit there and catch every show and try to watch it, and then plus being on your own and other ones, it's hard.
All right. So Greg asked in the comments, he says, are you going to school full time? And it's basically, when you get enrolled in these things, it's at your own pace. It's not
Mm.
a live teacher. It's more like, videos teaching you, and you got to set through these pre-recorded seminars and shit. So I mean, I could do this at my pace. So I'm going to need some extra time. I'm going to try to buckle down and see what it's like and get through the first semester really quick, and then just see what happens. I mean, I like I said, if I get into this and I'm like, this is fucking easy, you know,
Mm.
I could get my doctorate in 2 years. Maybe that's what I'll do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's something that's really challenging, then I might stop in an associate's degree. And that I don't know. I've always been very well with talking to people. I'm a former addict. I went through that style of life. So I definitely want to be like an addiction counselor to start off, because I think I have a lot to offer. And I think I could help a lot of these addicts out there that struggle with staying clean. I mean, that's a hard thing to do once you live that lifestyle. And only thing they really have to do is just separate themselves. If they really want to quit, they have to separate themselves from people, places, and things, and reset this brain up here to hey, this isn't the lifestyle that you want to live. And through my personal learnings of this, I think I could do a lot of good, and
Yeah.
that's what it's about. But yeah, Greg, it's online courses, and I'm unsure of which ones I'm going to go for yet. Um, Southern New Hampshire University seems to have the best curriculum for me, but they don't have an associate's degree. They only have a master's. Southern University does have an associate's degree in it, but it's not totally on my time at Southern. There's like 2 live classes a week through them that you have to join. So, I mean, I got to weigh some pros and cons and see, really what I want to do. But honestly, I'm just tired of it just not working. I mean, my body's so beat up from the physical labor that I did in life. And, I haven't really worked a full-time job in 5 years, and I'm just tired of it. I need to do something with myself. I mean, I thought these snakes could keep me occupied, but I mean, no, I'm not occupied enough with them. I mean, I love it. I'm always gonna be doing some kind of breeding with these things, but I'm just bored with what I'm doing in life, and I'm better than that.
Yeah.
So I gotta reach for something, and this is something that I think that I could really make a difference, and so that's what I'm gonna try to do. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll fail. Maybe I'll just, not be able to do it. But I'm gonna try. I want to see.
Well, shoot, I'll be turning 44 on Tuesday. So I was 37, 38 when I went back to school for welding, and I graduated, got my papers and everything on it. But it's like, um, I want to go back for advanced welding because I learned MIG, stick, and then metal spray transfer. And I do not I do fabricating, but I even want to learn more into it and running like the CNC machine and all that.
Right.
And so I was wanting to go back like a few years back and never did. I was hoping this year, but I'm hoping maybe in January I could sit there and go back and get that. Like that'd be cool.
I just want to do something with myself. Like I tried to go back to work, and it's like running into a brick wall 20 times every time that I come home. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
felt like that's what I did all day. Got up, ran to a brick wall, backed up, did it again. Like my body's just too beat up. I did it too long. I've hurt myself. I've done some dumb shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I
Yeah.
didn't take care of my physical body. I mean, I've always been pretty healthy, and I got on my health kicks here and there, and I've taken care of my internal body, but my external bones and muscles and tendons and stuff, I didn't do too good of a job taking care of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I need a job to where I could sit here and talk to people. And I mean, I could do that. I can do that all day. So if I could be a drug counselor, even a life coach, I thought about getting a life coach licensing and starting an online life coach business. I mean, there's all kinds of people out there that are just distraught, and for it's no reason. Like, there's no reason to be distraught in life. If you feel that bad about yourself, then find a way to make you feel your worth. I mean, there's always a way. There's millions of things out there to do,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I'm going through right now. I don't feel like I'm fulfilling my own shoes, so I got to go do something and fulfill my shoes.
Yeah. That's good sitting there doing something to better yourself. I mean, like I could go out welding and make good 25, $30 an hour, but I want to make it to where I can make like $50 an hour doing it,
Go for
running.
undersea welding. That shit makes like $200 an hour.
Yeah. Like you can make a lot of money off of it. So I don't know. I want to
Live
go
in the
back.
right area out there in California. They're always doing shit in the sea.
Yeah, exactly. And what I want to do too is because I want to make my own racks. I want to do
Yeah,
some
you're
TIG
saying that.
welding. So I want to make a bunch of racks, and like it'd be nice to get a CNC machine and be able to do all that. Like
You wouldn't
they
really
just sit
need a
there and do the
CNC
holes for
machine
you.
for it. I mean, if you could just weld and you weld the interior structure, I mean, only thing you got to do is weld squares, you know what I mean, and then put your L brackets in, and then weld that diamond plate stuff. I mean, I don't
Well,
the
it
grate, the
depends
metal grate. Weld that in for
if
them to eat their
like
food.
well if you have the holes in the
What up,
like
Nikki?
so you could have holes for ventilation, but unless you do the holes in like tubs or something, you could do it that way.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of it is going to be just like TIG welding, just getting all the squares built up and
You get
everything,
that
and put.
MIG. You don't have to TIG. You can do MIG weld all that.
Yeah, but I don't want to do just. I don't want to do stainless steel. I want to do like
Aluminum.
aluminum.
You could. I used to MIG weld at the geothermal company I used to work for because we manufactured our own geothermals. It's geothermalheatpump.com. If you go check it out, the company's called Suntech. They got a bunch of videos in it with me 10 years ago, putting loops in the ground, welding and shit. I did everything for that company. But
Nice.
we had a customer that wanted an aluminum frame for his thing instead of a steel frame. And the only thing you got to do is change the interior wire to an aluminum flux wire.
Hey,
It's got a
Nikki.
bigger line of flux in the middle and aluminum outside. And you can melt aluminum to aluminum, but man, you gotta be quick. You can't sit there. You gotta do your C quick. You gotta be circle, 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 circle.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta do it quick.
Yeah, what's cool though is that I got a MIG welder, so I mean, if I wanted to just use stainless steel, I could sit there and just build them right now. Like I have pretty much everything to do it. I've already I welded a. I'll have to get a picture and put it up. It might be on my Instagram from
Your
years ago.
volume got real low.
Mine did.
Now it's back. It just must be you set back away from it a little bit. You're good.
But yeah, I could sit there and I did a Santa Maria grill. Did that probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Don't think it's all gonna fit on there.
Yeah, but you can weld aluminum with MIG, but it's you got to practice and it's something you got to do fast. You can't sit there at all because it'll puddle and burn right through that shit.
Right. Yeah, I really want to get me a TIG welder, but like I said, I got a MIG welder out there, but you could get the universal where you could do the stick, MIG, or TIG. And there's a Lincoln, I got a Lincoln MIG welder, but I want to get a Lincoln or even a Miller, but I'm looking at a Lincoln MIG, TIG, and stick.
Yeah.
But man, those things are that's going to be about $1,400 for something like that. But
Well,
I mean, it's worth it.
Hit one of these triple visuals and you might be able to sell it to get it.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah.
That'd be nice. I'd love to see you hit that triple visual. That would just be awesome.
Yeah, I hope so. And I got so many codoms that I'm going to be some crazy stuff I'm going to be throwing in here too. Like that boy I'm supposed to be getting, I was hoping that he was going to be in this coming week, next week, but it's been so cold where they're at. It's like 15 degrees, even like 8 degrees over there. So I got to wait a couple weeks whenever they heat up. But I got a Hypo Orange Dream Scrambler boy coming in. So
Ooh.
yeah, I'm stoked on that. Like that's and then I got a couple females, adults that I'm looking at getting too. So I got some crazy stuff I'm going to be getting going.
So outside of Scrambler, what are 5 codoms, not recessive, 5 codoms that you would like to add to your recessive projects?
So I guess I'll give out a few that I'm kind of looking at. So I would say there was one, what was it? Anyways, one would be Wookiee. One would be Red Stripe. Leopard.
Yeah.
I don't have Leopard. And
I got some leopard. I'll send you one.
let's see, I'm trying to think. What else? Missing 2 codoms. I don't know. Is that Malice? Is that a recessive?
Yeah. Yep. It's a newer one. It's decent.
Let's see here. Why isn't nothing popping to my mind? Because there's quite a few that I was looking at too. Probably like a Hurricane or a Blitz.
All right. So mine would be Acid,
Oh,
Blackhead,
Acid's nice.
Wookie. I'm adding. I have basically Stranger, NR Mandarin, and Scrambler coming. They're in the mix of getting here. So I have those three. But the main three that I would like to add is Acid, Blackhead. I had a Blackhead, but I got rid of it. Shouldn't have. I should have bred what I wanted to it and got it first. But Acid, Blackhead, and Wookie. But outside of those three, I mean, of course, like the newer ones, like the Carbon or the Bambino or Malice, like I'm looking for major pattern distortion genes to add in, and then that's kind of what I'm going to stick with. But I mean, the main three that I'm after now, and they got to fit my projects. I don't want to go get like, say, a male. You know what I mean? That's
Don't worry about
even if it's Acid, Blackhead, and Wookie, even if it's all three, you know, I want it to have at least one het so I could work it in and to these projects and and go from there. So if not double het, there's going to be some money I got to throw down on those three. But after those, I get those three snakes in. Like, I mean, you got to be something like that Bambino gene. It's got to be something crazy for me to really want to get into it. Oh, and I got a Marvel Het Clown coming in.
Oh,
and
nice.
I've been doing a lot of looking on Marvel, and Marvel really reminds me of Chocolate or Wookie.
Chocolate's one I'd like to add too.
Jay Slithers works Marvel, and I wanted to ask him if he ever put it to either Wookie or Chocolate and seeing what happens.
I think you'd come out with something pretty cool.
Because I was just looking at it to see what direction to go with it when I get it in. And there is a Super Marvel Mojave on Morph Market. And if you look up a Super Chocolate Mojave, kind of looks pretty similar. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying that Marvel is chocolate, but I'm saying it's pretty similar to Chocolate and Wookie.
Right. It would definitely be interesting what it would throw out. I mean,
Greg asks if you have Red Stripe.
I don't have any Red Stripe. That's one that I'm looking at getting right now.
I have a Red Stripe Het DG that Sammy has, and like he was gonna bring it to me, and I was like, well, since it's a female and you have that spectacular looking blackhead fire, I think it's blackhead OD fire visual male. I was like, would you mind keeping it and just putting it up to there? I mean, I could send you, $50 or whatever, pay for its rats and stuff, and just however and he was like, you gotta pay me, but I'll keep it and breed it, and then we'll split clutch. And I was like, well, dude, you keep them all but one, just give me one. And
nice.
That's kind of how I like to work. I go above and beyond. If I'm doing a split project with you, I'm just like, here, just send me my snake and another snake back. You did the work, you could have the rest. And it's kind of how I like to do it.
That's pretty cool.
Greg says he has a breeder male he'll give you if you want Red Stripe.
Oh, shoot, I would, but I need a female, Greg. I appreciate it.
Yeah, someone, or Sundog Serpents, offered to give me a blackhead Het Clown male. But I have like, what? 1, 2, 3 visual male clowns. I had 5. I just got rid of 2 of them. I already have 3 visual males, and I have what? That hat, and 3 males that are Het Clown. I mean, they're Het Clown, Het Hypo, or Het Clown, Het Ultramale. They got double hets to them. Het Clown, Het Sunset. But I can't use a het. You know what I mean? I need a visual. a female had if it was a female, I said sure, send it up here. I'll take it. I'll pay for shipping. Send her.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
a
Yeah,
male, I couldn't use it.
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I pretty much everything I'm getting now. The only thing that's pretty much my last mail that I'm getting is that one that's coming in, that scrambler. And I
Another
even
cool clutch that I got going on this year is a GHI clown to that special NG lace het clown male.
Mm.
So that should be. I want to see GHI special lace clown. I haven't seen nothing like that.
That would be interesting to see too.
Yeah. I hope the NG misses on all the clowns. But
Yeah, and the thing is, man, there's so many genes that have not been hit yet. Like there's a lot of stuff out there. Yes, there's thousands of combos that have been done, but there's so many combos that haven't been done. And if you actually sit here and put in some work and think about it, like I've got that's something I need to do tonight because I got a bunch of shit to do later on. But I need to go through because I've been meaning to get all like the breeding. Like I got some breeding pairs that I'm doing in there already, but
right.
there's still a lot that I still got to add in. So I need to do that while it's still fresh on my mind and everything. But if you go through and you just spend like a lot of time, and just look, like there's a lot of combos that haven't been hit.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone says that everyone got clown, everyone's breeding clown, and people were trying to stay away from clown. But do you realize, like, we just touched the tip of the iceberg with
Yeah,
the morph of the clown? I mean,
that's
all
why
the
I
different
laugh.
ones that are out there, there's 10 times more that we haven't hit.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. Like I laugh when people are like, "Oh, clown, that's overdone now that it's been played out." And it's like, well, no, it hasn't. There's actually so many genes and combos that you could put into that clown that'll change and be something different. And trust me, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's badass." You're gonna wish that you thought of that combo. There's so many. I mean, a lot of stuff I'm doing. I'm even going into I'll look at the calculator just to see if there's anything on Morph Market. If I don't see nothing, I'm writing that down like, okay, that combo sounded good to me. That's why I typed it in. I'm not seeing no information that there's nothing listed under that. So to me, this thing's been untapped unless somebody has it at their place and hasn't came out with it yet, but shame on them if they haven't said it.
That's kind of how I do my pairings. I go to that Morph Market calculator and I see what hasn't been done. If there's a bunch of black that you can't see, then I'm interested in doing it because that means at least it hasn't been put on Morph Market yet.
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to say no, it's not out there, but it hasn't been put on Morph Market for sale yet.
Exactly. If you see a bunch of sky blue, then you might want to step away.
Yeah, Brave. Those are some. Brave says I like Leopard Desert Ghost Monsoon and Yellow Belly Monsoon Clown Ball Pythons. Those are some pretty expensive snakes. You're looking at a double visual with Monsoon in it. You're probably looking at least 10 grand.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got good taste for sure, and like Monsoon, I like it, but I'm not a fan of it. I mean, because
it's definitely busy.
What are you gonna do to lighten it up though?
I think
you got to
there's some
kind of take
genes
away pattern from it to get something different out of it. So I mean, like my ideal for Monsoon would be work Entian blade in it, the shit that people want to throw away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because you want to try to lighten them dots up and bring back alien heads into it.
Exactly. You do the opposite. You put in stuff that's going to take away stuff. You don't there is times, don't get me wrong, you could add the same type of thing to it and that could help change it up too. It might be similar, but I'm trying to think of what it is, but Pinstripe's one of them. There's a few different genes that I've seen in Pinstripe that do very similar things. It's still Pinstripe, but it kind of widens it up, and changes so it's not such a pin, it's more broader, widens up.
Yep. The gene that I kind of wish I had like more room to work with that's like a common gene is champagne.
Champagne.
There is some pretty freaking neat champagne snakes out there.
What up, Mike?
And I think it has a lot of potential. I think people overlook it. And I mean, I just wish I had extra room to do it. I don't have a champagne yet, but one day I'll be working champagne and some cool shit.
No, I agree with you. Like champagne is one that I've been iffy on. I haven't wanted to work it, and then I've wanted to work it. And if like you, if I had the room for it, I would have it in my collection. And if I could, as long as I could afford it, because there's still other stuff I'm looking at that I would get before that. But
John said he's waiting on eggs now from possible super inchy DG to a Pastave double het monsoon DG. Sweet. What do you all think a
nice.
champagne sunset hypo would look like? See, I don't know. I don't know what champagne's going to interact with sunset. And that's damn you, Mike. That's one of the things once I hit sunset that I would like to put champagne in. I mean, I think champagne and sunset are going to go together just right because champagne, you know, a regular champagne gives it that like goldish yellowish color.
Yep.
But once you put champagne in the clown, you get these champagne clown combos. It almost makes like a reddish color snake. And sunsets, like, you know, they get some of the like the spot nose sunset. It kind of makes like a reddish tint to it. I mean, I want to see redhead and red stripe in the sunset as well because it gives red and mahogany. If anything gives a reddish tint, I think it's going to go well with sunset.
Exactly.
And champagne is one of them ones that I think is just going to be like the chef's kiss in sunset. I think it's going to bring a lot of people's eyes to the sunset gene because I don't think it's going to look like a brown turd.
No, I agree with you.
Tommy, what's up, my dude?
I would add more red into it. There's a lot of different ways you could go with it, even put blacks and darken it up, but I would put some more reds in there. And that's one of the things like I wanted to do if I ever did. Because what up, Tommy? Thanks for coming out. If I did sunset, that's what I would stick in there. I'd stick like red stripe and some other stuff. I think
Mike, if you find anything or hit anything like that, look me up on IG and let me see. I'd love to see it, buddy. Love to see it. But Vance, the Royal Rumble comes on in 4 minutes, so I'm going to bounce off here in 4 minutes.
All right, Ken.
We got a countdown going. Well, hold that thought. We had a.
That was definitely good having you come on.
Sunset to a G.I. Fire at sunset. With the vanilla visual sunset right now. Cool. We'll put some champagne to it and then get redhead mahogany. I mean, what was the other one? Red stripe, redhead mahogany. That sounds like sunset to me because it's all red. They all give reddish tints, throw a reddish tint. And I think sunset's going to be the key to hit the reddish color snakes. So, yeah, it's interesting, John. I like sunset because there's so much to do with it that anyone hasn't done. And that's another reason why I got that smoke gene because there's nothing really out there. Like there's only maybe 10 people working it. And I was like, well, I'm going to get into it because there's not many people working it. And I just want to do something with it for sure.
Yeah, sunset's definitely nice. I mean,
throw some mahogany in there too, Mike.
I think that's what's helping is there's not very many people like that are into it. There is some people out there with the sunset, but there's a lot of haters. So it's like, man, just wait till something pops out with sunset. You're going to see that and go, man, that's cool. I got to get that. I should.
And I hate to say this, but the more people who say, "Oh, too many ball pythons are out there," and they drop out, that's helping us because then there's not that many produced. When I first got into this, Ozzy was on someone's podcast and he was like, yeah, you know, we've seen this before. You know, we get an influx in prices. Everybody gets in thinking they're going to get rich quick off of it. And then they find out this takes a while. You know, this is no get rich quick scheme. You really got to work at this. And then they get out, and then, you know, we have another rise because a lot of people got out, and the people who stayed are the ones that end up benefiting because, you know, I'm doing this for life. This isn't something that I'm doing for now or a little while. This is something that when I die, my family's going to have to deal with the snakes that I have. And I'm preparing my daughters to do it. Two of them seem interested, and one's just like, sell it and give me the money. But we're working on her.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's true though. I mean, that's the same thing. Like, I want to do this as long as I can. If I could do it for another 30, 40 years, I would, you know. I mean, I guess it all depends how long my body makes it through and everything. And hopefully, you know, I have somebody that could sit there and carry it on. I mean,
well, that's why I'm like kind of training my daughter, because when I'm too old and need a cane or a walker to walk and can't really clean these snakes, I'm hoping they'll at least hand me the tubs.
exactly. Yeah, it's true. Or at least be big enough to where you're making some decent money to where you could even pay somebody part-time or something to come in, you know, and just knock that out. And even if you can maybe just do the feeding or whatever, but
Right. All right, buddy. It's Royal Rumble time. All you don't know, the Royal Rumble is my favorite WWE pay-per-view, and it's about to come on. So I wish you all the best of the day. And I'm glad I came on because I was feeling like mud before I got on. And you know what? I actually feel pretty good. So thank you all. Thank you, Vance, for having me.
no problem.
Always a good time.
Yeah, thanks for popping on, brother. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down anyways. So I appreciate everybody coming out to the Thunderdome. And thank you, Ken, for popping on, man. I appreciate it.
As always.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
You too, my boo.